everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some of, not all of, because there's a freaking lot of 2022 book releases. I didn't realize there were going to be so many books coming out next year. Like, I feel like that's a lot. Although I don't normally look at new releases, like this is the first year I've kind of really done that for the whole year. So I don't know, there just seems to be a lot and lots of good authors. I have a little bit of a list here. Like I said, it's not all of them, but these are some that I feel like I'm going to definitely be anticipating. So I wanted to share them with you today. So I'm just going to be giving you the titles and the authors. The first one we have is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry so much, so I cannot wait for her new book. I love when books get really meta, talking about characters who are huge bookworms and huge readers as you're reading about them. So it's just like kind of a funny connection there. I love it when books do that, and I can't wait to meet these two new characters that Emily Henry has created within her mind. Also a very adorable cover as usual. The next one is Gallant by V.E. Schwab. This is a young adult fantasy coming out next year that I'm really looking forward to because it talks a lot about life and death, and V.E. Schwab said that she's very, very proud of this book. So obviously that's great to hear. But I'm very excited to get my hands on it and eventually read it because I do really love V.E. Schwab's writing as well. The next one is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. So this is a thriller and I don't know too much about it, but I have read The Guest List by Lucy Foley and that was a pretty okay book for me, but I am hoping that maybe this one will be a little bit better. You know, I'm willing to give it a shot because I love thrillers. I'm already familiar with Lucy Foley, so I'm gonna definitely check this one out once it comes out. Then we have one that is probably my #1 most anticipated on this list, and that is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is gonna be his newest book coming out, I think in the summer. I remember reading the synopsis once, but I can't really remember. It is just quite literally about the house across the lake. I think it's a little bit like The Woman in the Window, with these people moving into a house and they're kind of spying on the house across the lake and they see stuff go down over there and it's a little suspicious. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me on it, but I only really need to know that it's by Riley Sager and I'm gonna be picking it up and I can't wait. Okay, and then we have Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero by Ali Hazelwood. These are just like novellas and cute, fun little romance stories about STEM scientists. So I read The Love Hypothesis by her. You're following two scientists who fake date each other. Sounds like these little novellas are also going to be following female main characters who are STEM scientists. She calls her books like STEMinist, so it's just very inclusive on women in the science field in that kind of study, and that's not me. I'm not a science nerd or anything, but I really enjoyed The Love Hypothesis, so I definitely want to read these 5 that she's got, and I can't wait. They all have super adorable covers as well. All right, and then next we have a sequel to The Atlas 6, which is called The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake, and I have yet to read The Atlas 6 still, but I'm hoping to get to it very soon. Even though I haven't read it yet, I'm already anticipating the sequel because I've heard such great things about the first book and I just know that I'm gonna want to continue with the series already. And then we have another one coming out by another one of my favorite authors, Christina Lauren. Their newest book, which is called Something Wilder, and I don't think there is a cover release for this one yet either, and I don't really know what it's about, but I do really love Christina Lauren's writing. And then next we have another thriller to get really excited about, and it's called Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney, who is the author of Rock, Paper, Scissors. And I read that one this year and I really did enjoy it. It wasn't a huge favorite of mine, but I did really love the concept and the storyline and the characters that Alice Feeney came up with. So I'm definitely interested in her next book. Then we have Kingdom of the Wicked #3. So this is a trilogy now. Kingdom of the Wicked, then Kingdom of the Cursed, and now whatever this one's gonna be, Kingdom of the something. I really enjoyed the first book, did not like the second book. I don't want to say I hated the second book because that just sounds so harsh, but like I was not impressed at all by the second book, but I think I will continue with the story and the characters. I'm very interested to know whether it's gonna be just as new adulty as Kingdom of the Cursed was, or if it's going back to young adult writing like Kingdom of the Wicked. You never know with Carrie Maniscalco, she's all over the place. I want to see the series through. I'm not sure if it's stopping at a trilogy or if there's gonna be more, but yeah, so that is coming out next year. And then there's The It Girl by Ruth Ware. I haven't read a Ruth Ware book yet, but I do have a couple sitting on my shelf that I need to get to. It's gonna be a thriller, so definitely gonna have my eyes on that. And then there's The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. This one sounds very interesting because there's not much released about it yet, except for one line that says that it's supposed to be a remix of Stephen King's Carrie, set in like a school's first integrated prom setting. So I don't really know what to expect there. I'm excited to hear that Tiffany D. Jackson has another book coming out. That's very exciting. And then we have 3 more. We've got Blood Like Fate by Lizelle Sambury, which is the sequel to Blood Like Magic, which I just read this year. It's like a sci-fi fantasy mix following a black girl and her family of witches. So it's very interesting concept, very interesting storyline, and I did enjoy the first book, so I am definitely going to be continuing with the series and picking up the sequel. And then we have Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier. I've heard great things about Jennifer Hillier, have not read her yet, but she writes really crazy thrillers and scary books, which I just need in my life. I need to get on it with reading some of her books. I don't know why I haven't yet. Okay, and then finally on this list, we have Olga Dies Dreaming by Xochitl Gonzalez. And this one has been brought to my attention by Book of the Month because it was one of their December picks. I do already have it since I got it through Book of the Month. It was an early release with them, but it is coming out very early next year. It's like January 4th or something. This one sounds like a very interesting, diverse read for me, and I can't wait to dive into it. But yeah, that is it for the 2022 book releases that I'm excited for. Quite a lengthy list, but I feel like there's still plenty more to add to it. Those are just a few that I wanted to share with you today, so I really hope you enjoyed. Comment down below which ones you're really excited for, which ones you're anticipating for the next year. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!